Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can share your screen now.
Yeah, I couldn't find that option from my end, so I cannot
Try
share.
to
Uh,
why?
I didn't see that option from my end. So previously also the same issue.
But yeah, once you were facing the similar kind of issue, then what did you do? Try to increase the screen, like maximize the screen once and check. Try once. You're not able to try.
I tried, but still
It's okay.
I
Don't worry.
didn't.
Tell me what you can see. What you want to tell me. Tell me that.
Okay. Yeah. Current. I'm going to create a one new Microsoft Entra ID.
Mm-hmm.
It's if I click add, I'm getting the three options, four
Mm-hmm.
options: user, group, enterprise, application, app registration. So the
Mm-hmm.
Entra ID is based on user. So if I
Yeah.
click user,
See, I told
if I
you
click, yeah,
it's not Entra ID. Don't get confused. Okay, they have renamed
uh,
it, but consider it as
yeah,
Azure Active Directory, authentication,
mm, mm,
managed
mm,
identities. These are all one and the same thing of doing authentication and authorization for the users. So I
mm,
told you in Azure, everything has an identity. Everything has a
mm,
user will have an identity.
mm,
Application will have an identity and a login and
mm, mm.
credentials. And similarly, a system or process or a application and user and one more thing, user application service. We have so many
You,
services in Azure.
yeah, yeah.
Everything will have
I'm
an
able to see.
identity.
Yeah, I'm able to see four options. One is user,
Hmm.
group, enterprise
Hmm.
application, and app registration.
Hmm.
Inside the user, create new user, invite external user options. So, so it's based on user group and application app registration. So enter ID
Yeah,
is
yeah,
okay.
you
Yeah.
understood, right? What we discussed. Similarly,
Mm,
for managed identities, the
mm,
same thing. These are all one and the
mm,
same thing to authenticate the user. So, okay, if you're not able
mm.
to share, then I will only share my screen. Don't worry.
Okay, okay.
So, yesterday, whatever we discussed, you were able to understand, Subhatra.
Yeah, migrating. Yeah, this one I have to check with you. So,
Yeah, today we will
my,
start. Yeah, yesterday we
yeah,
just
yeah.
gave
Uh,
introduction.
mm.
So, monitoring and logging and that managed identities MFA, you understood.
Yeah, that one, the MFA one, uh,
Mm-hmm.
multi-factor authentication.
Key vault.
Yeah, that one, Key Vault. Yeah, in my, yeah, how to create that one?
Yeah, so once you create for everything, you will need to have a
Mm,
subscription, and then you
mm,
can start creating resource group. Inside that
mm,
resource group, you can start creating any resource you want to create. As your keyword, you can
mm,
create.
mm, mm.
And if you have any
Yeah.
resource, for example, a web app or anything, you can have a app registration using managed
Uh,
identities. You can go to identity service, and there you can see managed identity. You can register your app.
okay, that one is app registration. The multi-factor authentication, how to enable
Multi-factor
as
is we discuss it is one more layer apart from username and password. There will be some
mm,
token, there will be
yeah,
some
yeah.
extra security question or a thumbprint ID using your
Okay, it will,
biometrics.
yeah, this option will enable while creating a user.
Yeah, because for client and also
Okay,
cab like for my current company they don't. But for client,
okay,
we are using authenticator app in my mobile phone. We get notification, we get passcode, passkey, we get
okay,
authentication via thumb. So all these things come when we are entering into more secured environment, not just for anything
okay,
like where we can log in into a company portal anytime without any extra layer MFA, but it requires for a certain application. Like for
okay,
us, we have,
okay.
right?
Yeah, yeah. This is based on users and application.
Hello,
Yeah, yeah. Are you, yeah, the MFA
yeah,
is
tell
based on
me.
user. Yeah, MFA is based on user and application level also. Is it
Yes.
correct? Yeah,
User
okay.
level, application level, and service level in Azure. Everything
Service
will
level.
have an
Okay.
identity of its own,
Mm, mm.
right?
Yes. Yeah.
So yesterday we little bit touch started on
Azure migration. Yeah.
Yeah, Azure migration, like what are the things
Mm.
we need to have into consideration before we migrate our resources from on-premise to cloud? What are the steps we need to follow? We need to evaluate the migration, define a framework, assess the workloads, compare the migration tools, migrate the databases, and select an online or an offline tool.
Mm.
Okay, and
Okay.
then we started with the
Online,
first.
offline tool means.
I think they are referring to, there is one thing called Azure Migrate. That is, they
Uh,
have a tool,
mm.
but no, not necessarily. Some people are not comfortable with migration with Azure Migrate online tool. So then there are
Mm.
other lift and shift methods offline. Like we worked on lift and shift. Lift and shift meaning we're not just like it's not one is lift and shift meaning usually Azure Migrate. Like you are just you know using online tool and you're just existing resource whatever you have in on premise you're just moving it in Azure. The
Mm-hmm.
second thing offline is you're not into lift and shift, meaning you're creating everything from scratch again. You're creating everything from scratch again. You're doing the migration and then you're checking the functionality. Whatever was
Mm.
working in the on premise, the same thing has to work in the cloud.
Mm.
You are creating from
Okay.
scratch. That is not lift and shift. It's not
Oh,
just, we're just not copying and pasting. It's not just a copy paste. We have to create everything from scratch. So that is offline. So there are different migration
okay.
tools. So we will
The online tool is available in portal itself.
So we have not used it, but they are telling Azure Migrate. Yeah, we have never used it.
Okay, it's inside the portal, right?
Yeah, it will be online.
Okay.
Yeah. So moving to the cloud adoption framework, we have to define a strategy, understand why we are doing the migration, what is the motive behind it, what are the goals we want to achieve with the migration, whether we want the agile methodology, CI/CD DevOps pipeline because it makes our deployment easier. We can deploy in sprints basis. So we have to understand why we are moving to cloud. What is the reason we want to have more and more applications on cloud, legacy applications. So then we have to understand the motives behind that. Business outcome. What are the business outcome we are able to achieve? Is it because of the heavy load we are receiving? We are moving to the cloud. So business justification should be there, the cost and everything, prioritize the project. So this and all consideration will come. You have to plan. You have to see like what are the number of resources, digital estate. I mean, what are the digital estate meaning? I think it all is telling about the resources. What are the
Mm.
cosmos? What are the database you want to migrate? What is the type of a front end you want to migrate, the back end, the middleware. Like we are part of the middleware. Like for us,
Mm.
Logic App is a middleware technology. Similarly, somebody will be working on the front end, like a web application or a web, they'll be moving into web app, and the back end will be something or the end, some system like ERP system or SAP system that comes under the back end. That alignment should be there. Skills readiness plan, cloud adoption plan, which plan you are using, Azure Readiness First Line, expand the blueprint best practices. So it's not technical terms while you were. So you have any migration project coming currently? Best practices you have to use.
No, it's.
Web process improvement. Process improvement is continuous improvement, continuous deployment, which we already do. CI/CD, innovation.
Mm.
So these are some of the best practices which comes under cloud adoption framework methodology. As I
Mm.
mentioned, if we are going for agile methodology, we have to think these things in concern like why we are doing basically what we are doing. Governance maturity meaning Azure, it provides a security and a governance for us. Management, business commitment, ops maturity, like we are dealing with the development and operation both, that is DevOps. It is both coming in this when we move to cloud. Hmm?
Mm.
Determine migrate strategy. So rehost. Now there are different strategies which you can apply for migration. That is rehost. What is rehost? Move workloads quickly to the cloud. Don't need immediate changes to app capabilities. Like if you want to quickly just move your code to the cloud, you don't need to, analyze so much. And you don't need to immediate changes to the app capabilities. That is just a quick movement. That is a rehost. There is no rework here. We are just copying and moving the workloads to the cloud. One is refactor, which I have worked on. What is the meaning of refactor? Means apply Azure DevOps practices or using a container strategy for workloads. Consider the portability of your existing code base and available development skills. So refactoring meaning, like supposing you have heard about orchestration workflow.
Yes, in
Supposing in that, yeah,
Bistar,
Bistalk.
are you?
Yeah, in Bistalk,
Yeah.
supposing we were doing the migration. Supposing
Mm,
there's an orchestration flow. So you know, as in orchestration, we have something called source
mm,
will be there,
mm.
target will be there. There will be some sort of with the beginning of the
Mappings.
flow. With the beginning of the flow happens, then sometimes you
Mm,
will be inserting the elements in the database. You will be getting a
mm,
response from the database. You will be
Based
calling.
on that, we have to, yeah, based on that, we have to send the output to
Yes.
destination.
So there will be
Yeah.
multiple activities which will be
Mm,
happening in orchestration. So whatever is your functionality, whatever
mm,
you're doing, either you're inserting in Cosmos or you're getting an API response from a
mm,
like a third party. You have a
mm,
schema request and schema response, and you're getting a WCF request and getting a WCF. WCF is not API only. So we're
oh,
getting an API request response and like that. So you're achieving some goal there. Whatever
okay.
functionality you are able to achieve in that orchestration, the same thing you need to check in your logic app, right?
Mm,
You just can't copy paste. You have to see, yeah, if I'm using a helper class, can I use it some connector in logic app? Because in logic app there's a inbuilt connectors, right? We
mm,
don't need to write so much of code. So what are the basically using the same functionality, getting achieving the same functionality, you have to consider what you can use in logic app. That is the meaning of refactoring, I'm telling you.
voice, your voice was breaking.
Hello,
Yeah. Yeah, your voice break in between.
is it
Yeah.
fine now?
Now okay. Yeah, and yeah, the in
I
okay
was telling
in
about
Bistalk, if you
refactoring.
migrate from yeah, yeah, refactoring. If for example, you want to migrate Bistalk to Azure Logic App, so you have we cannot completely move from we cannot copy and paste like rehost. We have to create from the scratch using the Logic
Yes.
Apps, or we can use
Yes,
yeah.
because we need to
Okay.
understand what functionality.
Mm,
Because if you're
mm,
using a
mm,
DLL,
mm,
helper class DLL in BStock, you know we
mm.
use .NET helper classes for our a lot of
Yes,
things.
yes,
Like if
yeah.
we want to do encryption, now we don't need to do
Mm,
the same thing in Logic App because we have inbuilt connectors there, right? Why will we write so
okay.
much of code? So instead of writing
Mm,
that, we have to use a connector there. So we have to analyze, refactor based
mm,
on our requirements, based on our functionality, what connector we
mm,
want to use in the Logic App. That we will use.
mm,
That is the meaning of
mm,
refactor. So each and every module,
mm,
whether it's calling an API, insertion of Cosmos
mm,
DB, encryption, decryption, archiving, whatever we were doing using helper classes, .NET helper classes, the same way we can use inbuilt connectors in
mm.
Logic App. That is the meaning of refactoring, achieving the same goal with the same functionality and testing and the end result, but using the new connectors.
Okay.
Okay? That is the meaning of refactoring, which we worked on. Re-architect, use existing application investment. Apps need more revision for new features and work effectively on a cloud. Re-architect means you're changing the design, and you know that is something. Re-architect means you're totally changing the design of the applications which you're running on-premise. That is more higher order. It's not just refactoring or a rehost. It's more complex meanings. You're just re-architecting the whole solution itself. Got
Mm,
it?
mm.
Rebuild rapid development in existing apps by using Azure DevOps practice. This rapid development, you understood. Rapid development is you are there is a continuous integration, continuous deployment, rebuilding, and existing apps by using Azure DevOps practice. So this is rebuilding. Your DevOps will come in this rebuilding because this is also part of you're not going very traditional, conventional ways of doing deployment. Like you're entering the environment settings and you're entering the parameters and you're giving. I know you're taking a lot of time. Sometimes you're running scripts. Sometimes you're running in each. Earlier, what used to happen in the each environment, you used to go. You have to take our MSI package in Bistock. You remember You have to take each of the MSI. We created all the resource group in MSI package. You have to take the MSI package in each environment, dev, QA, prod. Like we used to take the MSI, and here we are not doing that. We are moving to DevOps, building more unique methodology for the continuous integration, continuous deployment, that is CI/CD. We are rebuilding, repackaging it in that way. So that is also one of the migration strategies for doing deployment. So another topic. So you understood, Subhadra, what we just discussed? Any doubts?
Yeah, yeah, understood. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And there is something called Azure Site Recovery. It's more related to, disaster recovery. Whenever there is, I think, there is some disaster, natural
Mm,
or
mm,
man-made. Azure Site
mm,
Recovery. Set up Azure Site Recovery simply by replicating an Azure VM to a different Azure region directly
mm,
from the Azure portal. As a fully integrated offering, site recovery is automatically updated with the new Azure features as they are released. So, site recovery,
mm,
as the name itself suggests, we need to recover our data. For that, we need to create a replica of the Azure
mm,
VM where we have defined in one region. Similarly, we have to create a replica. One of the biggest factors company are looking for these days are fault tolerance and disaster recovery. Fault tolerance we have already seen, like if there is some damage or something happening in one region, then we have fault tolerance. You remember in the beginning of the sessions we were
yes,
creating
yes.
fault domains and
Yeah, yeah. We create a file domain, three for local, two for local.
yes, region
Yeah, yeah,
wise we
yeah, yeah.
created
Region wise three.
replica,
Yeah, six.
duplicacy. So these things we
Geographical wise six. Yeah,
geo
yeah,
redundancy. You remember?
yeah, yeah.
So these days, companies are very much because anything can happen in any part of the world. Sometimes a natural disaster can happen, a man-made disaster can happen. So what about the data now? Everything of the company they're relying on the data. So if that is
Mm,
lost, means they will huge billions of dollars. So they are investing heavily now in the disaster recovery and fault tolerance of the applications which are they are moving to the cloud. They want minimum downtime and minimum monetary loss as much as possible. As we already discussed, it will be a huge monetary loss if they're, losing their data and every application
mm,
system which they developed for so many years. If they just lose it like that, they'll lose billions of dollars. Their business is dependent on them. So they try to invest more and more in the fault tolerance and the disaster recovery. And they need the minimum downtime so that none of their end users or business gets impacted.
mm.
So this is what we discussed in the Azure Migrate part. I've told you in little bit detail because I myself have worked on this Azure Migrate part. Hmm? So we will just start with the introduction of module 13.
Okay.
Module 14, you have to tell me what you want to discuss because module 14 is nothing but a summary. Okay, it is summary of
No,
whatever
no,
we
no,
have
no.
discussed.
No, your voice was breaking in between.
Hello?
Now okay, but sometimes I couldn't hear anything. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
why is it? So Subhatra, did you understood Azure migration?
Yes, module
It was
11,
module
right?
12.
Module 12.
Now,
Okay,
yeah,
you are not.
module 12.
Mm,
Now I have opened module 13. What I'm saying is, now this is the
mm,
last module, and we will touch base whatever we can today. If not, we
mm,
will continue tomorrow.
mm.
9. This time is fine for you because that time, our helpers come and they, come and ask a lot of things. So module 13, the same
Oh,
time we will log in tomorrow. And module 14,
okay.
you have to tell me what you want to discuss tomorrow because that is not any, there is nothing inside that. That is just
Yeah,
for
I have. Yeah, because let me gone through. I will go through the all
yes,
modules. If I have
yes.
any doubt, so I need a one more session for Monday also.
Monday I'm not there actually. I'm leaving for
Uh,
vacation. That's what.
okay, okay. When you will be back?
So I will tell
Yeah, let
you.
me. Okay.
Yeah.
One more session I need for clarification, or if there any doubt in
Yes,
from
yes.
my
You
side.
can
Yeah, yeah.
message me on WhatsApp
Uh,
that we
uh,
can discuss.
okay,
No
okay,
issues.
okay, okay,
But
okay. Yeah.
for summary, meaning today and
Mm,
tomorrow we will cover module 13. And if
mm,
possible, you tell me whatever module you want to discuss that we can include in
mm,
the summary. That is our
mm,
summary.
mm.
That is your wish, whichever part you want to add
Yeah.
here. We can go through
Okay.
that. Okay. Today we have a
Okay.
last. module for the technical things.
Cosmo DB. Today, are you going to take Cosmo DB?
We will start, but I think we will not be able to complete it,
Okay.
but we will start, okay? And also
Okay.
for
Okay.
you, because try to log in because you are not able to share your screen. So we were not
Yes,
able to.
I because I don't see that option from my end.
Yeah,
I cannot share.
try that why you're not
Yeah.
able to see, because we will see the practical things also tomorrow. Then we can see for the Azure Cosmos and the whatever things
Uh,
practical you want to
yeah.
do, you can discuss that tomorrow. Because we cannot
Okay.
just, I don't want to put so much
Uh,
heavy things on you on single day that today we will cover the Azure
yes. Yes.
Cosmos
Yeah.
DB and today we will complete the migration. No, we will go step by step. That's the way
Mm-mm.
we have designed our course, so that it's
Mm.
not overburdening for you. Okay, so we will
Okay.
not rush
Okay.
into things, but definitely I will start some things today, but
Mm.
you have to
Mm.
apply that practically, and
Mm.
you have to check why you're not able to share in Zoom. And
Yeah.
tomorrow again we can connect, and tomorrow you can tell me
Mm.
whichever module
Mm.
summary you want tomorrow. We can connect, and for doubts and queries you can anytime, you can message me over WhatsApp and we can connect for a few
Mm.
minutes. Okay, that's not an issue. But I will be
Okay.
not available for me a week or so. That's why I
Oh,
want
okay.
to
Then okay.
wrap the course,
Yeah.
yeah, on time.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Okay.
is it fine, Subhatra?
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. Okay for me.
Okay, okay.
Mm.
So
Mm.
are you able to see my screen? I think recording is going on. The For you, can
Yeah.
you see
Yeah.
the recording?
Yeah. Yeah. And what about Azure Data Platform? You said it's not
Yeah,
under.
that is not part of this Azure Solution Architect 305. That is some data platform. Data platform itself is another course that is not
Oh.
related to this. Yeah, yeah, Azure Data Platform. Azure Data Factory,
Mm.
Data Factory, Data Platform,
Mm.
Data
Data lake,
Factory,
everything.
Data Lake.
Uh,
Yeah, that is all HD inside. That is all. I have gone through it, but it is not included
uh,
in this module. Yeah, I have gone through that course as
yeah,
well,
but
but it's
in
not a
my
lot.
they share one schedule there. They mentioned Azure Data Platform 1, Azure Data Platform 2,
Might be they
data
included
migration
some.
to yeah
Uh,
yeah. They
They
put a
included, I
SQL
think, some other resource,
operators.
because I checked with them initially itself that the
Uh,
data platform is not part of this. So they
mm,
told me like one of the
mm,
batches, it was till module 10 only, but I was giving till module 13 in another batch. So I thought it's fine. Module 10 will be you know s- so much. We will be doing so much in not
mm,
we not will not provide any monitoring, will not provide any Cosmos. So I thought let's take it till module 13.
mm,
Although I think the sheet which was shared for you was module 10, but I thought module 13 is fine because I was giving in evening batch, I was giving till module 13. So like that
mm,
we have designed so that it's not overburdening, right? If we are just squeezing it till module 10, we are just limiting it till module 10, it will be like in a rush, like we will not be
mm,
having much time for the other services. So I told like 13 is fine, 14 will do the summary.
mm.
So like that, yeah. Is it fine?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
No SQL database, which is not coming under this part.
No. SQL database is on-premise database. So in
Okay.
Azure, we will be discussing about Azure
Mm.
Cosmos DB. It is more a
And multiple
NoSQL.
APIs and data models, request units, request unit calculator, achieving elastic scale, partition
No.
key,
This is
class
not part of.
partition
No,
queries.
no, no, no.
Uh,
For you can discuss with the coordinator. So
okay,
this is
okay.
what they shared with me. So yeah,
Mm,
we have this course module like for a long. So this is come
mm,
in this Azure 305. For data
mm,
platform and all, you can check with the coordinator. That is a different
okay.
course altogether. Platform, Azure Data
Mm,
Factory, Azure Data Lakes. That is a huge topic. Another course.
mm,
So
okay.
you want to connect with the today with the course coordinator, or you want to start today for this one, module 13?
Yeah, you can start. You can start. Yeah.
So welcome to the module 13, Subhatra. That is Azure Cosmos DB. I'm sure you must have heard about Azure Cosmos DB. It is one of the PaaS services we have in Azure. PaaS
Mm,
services, platform as a service.
mm,
where
mm,
Azure is responsible for the OS, for the infrastructure,
mm,
and the user is
mm,
responsible for the application which they are deploying in the code.
mm, mm,
What are the content which you're going to discuss is Azure Cosmos DB. What's the
mm,
meaning of NoSQL, and how do you define users and permissions in Cosmos DB?
mm,
So coming to the basics of what is Azure Cosmos DB. Azure Cosmos DB is a NoSQL Cosmos DB. Why? Because there is no relational tables and columns like that. There's only key value. Do you remember? Have you heard of
mm,
that?
mm.
Like in,
Key value pair.
yeah, it's
Okay.
a key value. It's not like it's non-relational database. It's not like a typical column and rows kind of thing. Any kind of data you can save there.
Mm, mm,
It's a very good for storing things that are not in traditional columns and rows.
mm, mm.
Okay. While creating Cosmos DB, there are different types from which we can select. There are like if you can open your portal, if you're able to
Mm.
log in, you can check like when you click on Azure Cosmos, they'll show you multiple options like which Azure Cosmos DB you want to select, whether you want to select Core SQL, which we mostly do, that is a recommended, also called the document DB, or JSON documents, Cassandra, Azure Table, Azure
Okay,
Cosmos
for
DB.
me, it's showing Azure Cosmos DB for NoSQL, Azure Cosmos DB for MongoDB.
Core SQL you're not getting.
No, only two I'm getting. Others, let me. This is
Core
for
Se-
recommended
you
APIs.
saw the Core
Yeah,
SQL, right?
others option I'm able to say Azure Cosmos DB for tables,
Huh?
Cosmos DB for, yeah, Azure others. There is two options. One is two menus, recommended APIs. In recommended API, I able to see NoSQL and MongoDB, and others menu I able to see Cosmos DB for table, Cosmos DB for Apache,
Hmm.
and Cosmos DB for Apache, Cassandra, Cosmos DB for Postgres Secure.
Okay, so you need to check for Core SQL.
Mm.
Core
Mm.
SQL. The others we don't usually use, but we use this.
Postgres SQL or what?
Yeah, yeah, there are multiple options. Cassandra will
Yeah,
be
yeah.
there, JSON, MongoDB, Core SQL, but
Oh,
recommended is Core SQL.
Core SQL I couldn't see. Core CORE, right?
CORE, yeah, you should see.
Uh, no, I didn't. I couldn't see that.
Inside Cosmos DB. Can you share your screen now? Try to share.
Yeah, let me try because you have to enable sharing option for me. I'm not
No,
sure.
no, no. Yesterday we
Uh,
shared, right? Yesterday also I logged in.
uh,
It's the same tool. Zoom only we are using. I can see, I can share. So meaning why you can't see that green option is not coming in the middle?
yeah, only I am able to see the mute, start video, participants, chat,
Share, share.
reactions.
Yeah, share.
Share, I didn't see. I couldn't see that option only. For me, it's not enabled.
Okay, if you want to drop and join again, you can do that. I will be here
Yeah,
itself.
yeah, yeah. Let me leave and join again. Are you
Hello.
able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Subhatra. Can you share now?
Now, yeah, I see the share option now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes, I can see.
Mm. This is Azure
This is the
Cosmos
Azure
DB.
Cosmos DB account. Can you,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
you have to create an account first.
Mm.
Yeah, you can create if you have option. Try to create an account, then this is for account. After that, you will get option to create Azure Cosmos DB. Go to Cosmos DB, go again, click on Azure Cosmos DB.
This one, right?
Yes,
Uh,
create.
oh, there is a two options. One is account.
No,
Both
no,
are
this is
same or?
which API
Uh,
best suits. You can select Azure
uh,
Cosmos DB for NoSQL. Create. First one. The first one.
this one. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
create.
okay, okay.
Yeah, like that you have to create. Then
Yeah, give me
after
a
that,
minute. I
yeah,
charge for my laptop. Yeah. Give me a minute.
try to create. Have you created a resource group?
Yeah, I already created.
Then select that resource group.
One second. Yeah, I'm putting charge.
Okay, 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 no problem.
Mm, mm,
Actually, yeah, this meeting
mm.
is for.
Going to end. Okay, let me create. Uh,
Yeah, try to create.
this one is US Central. Okay, review one create. This is DB or account? Account we are
No, no,
creating. Okay.
first you have to create account, then you can create, I think, Cosmos DB. It's asking you for to create account. This you have to create. After
Oh,
that, you can see the other options which I told you.
okay. There is some error. Is not available for resource type. Document database account list of available. Okay.
What happened?
The selected location is not available, so it's showing like the East US to EU app is not available for
Is
resource
not
type.
available. The provided
Mhm.
locations East US is not available for resource type. You have to
Yeah,
select other
because
location.
yeah,
So whatever resource
because
group, whatever resource group location you have selected, try to select that location.
okay, because it's the availability zone by default is was disabled. For that, only two options are available. So that's why I by default I select that one. So I enable now. So it will load all the locations from here. Like I select East US only for resource group, my resource group.
Okay, but it is not taking here.
Yeah, it's not taking because just now I enable for this option availability zone. Just now I enable. Maybe the location will be loading. It's loading now.
Okay, so Subhatra, you can
Uh,
try this. Try to create an account
mm,
today,
mm,
and
mm,
tomorrow we will resume for the various options which we discussed. You can see after
mm,
creating your account, you can see multiple
mm,
options like Core SQL,
mm,
Cassandra,
mm,
MongoDB. But
mm.
we recommend Core
Postgres.
SQL, so then we can able to create. Okay.
A core SQL, I didn't see that option.
No, no.
Core, right? CO or
The first you need to create an account. After that,
okay, okay. So each and every DB we have to create the account first, correct?
not for each and every. I think first time only it is asking because you didn't. This is the first time
Okay.
you log in, na?
Yeah, yeah.
That's why.
Because I set only the DB for NoSQL and one more option was there. One is for NoSQL, one is for MongoDB. So each and every DB I have to create an account, or it's a
Cosmos DB.
common
Yeah, you select Cosmos DB. Okay. Mostly that is
Cosmos DB
recommended.
account.
Yeah, yeah. It's not, you can
Okay.
refresh and you can
Mm,
check. Okay, whichever resource group
mm,
location
mm,
you have given, try to give that.
mm, mm. Okay. It's still loading. So
Yeah, it's taking a lot of
yeah,
time.
lot of time. Yeah.
So, okay, Subhadra. Now I think
Yeah.
it will just
Okay. So
stop on its own. So I will
okay.
save the recording and provide you with the recording for today,
Okay.
and the
Okay.
PPT for the module, all the modules I will
Uh,
give, 12 and
mm,
13.
mm.
Okay. Tomorrow
Okay.
we will go
Okay.
through Cosmos DB and please provide me a topic. I we will go to
Okay.
the module